Hello, everybody. Welcome this afternoon. We will be getting things going in a little while as people settle in. I did want to encourage everyone, there is a lot of food and refreshments, beverages all around. Please help yourself anytime now. Doesn't need to be at any official time. It's also going to be warm, so we have countless water bottles. There's also juice boxes, sparkling water, and some pop. You'll find them in any of the coolers around any of the tables. But please help yourself to any snacks and keep yourselves hydrated. And if you need anything, please let me or anyone else somewhat official looking know.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to give you about a 2-minute warning. You're welcome to enjoy the food and all of the baked goods and pick up water if you're needing it at any time this afternoon. But I wanted to let you know we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for being here. I'd like to thank you all for being here as we gather as a community to celebrate the life of Archer Lowe. My name is Krista Lowry. I'm the mayor here in Mississippi Mills, and I was honored to be asked to be the Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. I'm very grateful to be able to play this small role this afternoon. While we're heartbroken and maybe feeling a lot of different emotions about Archer's passing, we also want to celebrate Archer's life, share who he was to us as a son, as a grandson, as a nephew, a friend, a teammate, a student, and an important member of our community. This afternoon, we are here to remember the joy that he brought and to cherish those warm memories and remind us of who Archer is. Memories are gifts from our hearts. They're timeless, and in one of the ways love continues on forever. We're going to be pretty relaxed today. If you need to stretch your legs or get a cookie, get some water, please do that. If you can only stay for a few minutes, please do that. If you have something you want to share, please do that as well. There is no wrong way to grieve, and there is no wrong way to participate this afternoon. I also want to let you know the barn right behind where you're seating, it's got a live stream of what's happening here. So if you need to be in a different space to participate today, know that you're welcome to do that. And if any of the kids have been sitting a little too long, there are some soccer balls outside to be able to get a little bit of sillies out. And I think that might be the most beautiful way we could remember Archer. Is that better? Is that better? All right. I also wanted to let you know that everyone is welcome to stay and write in the memorial book, speak with the family, share memories, and enjoy the refreshments after we conclude this afternoon as well. There are cards just on the way in. If you'd like to write a note to Archer or to Archer's parents or family, you are encouraged to do that as well. We'll be hearing from the family, the school family, Archer Soccer Club, and there'll be some special music, and then anyone who would like to is welcome to share a story or a memory as well. So to begin, we're going to start with some memories from the family. We have Archer's Papa and Nana, Grandma and Poppy and Baba here, as well as aunts and uncles. So I'll look to the family if there is someone who would like to come up and share. I think we can also take the microphone to you if that's a little bit more comfortable. You want to come up? Do you want me to bring it to you? Okay, come on up. Okay. Thank you.
I'm no public speaker either. I guess it runs in the family. My life was profoundly changed on June the 25th, and the days afterwards have been filled with grief. But the outpouring support of this community, his school classmates and local students, outlying area, have been a true blessing and a comfort for me and my family. I want to thank you all for your kindness, caring hugs, cards, and notes through this devastating time. But as time goes on, the precious memories are what we hold on to. Archer gave me so many happy memories. My mother just lives down the street from me, and when Archer visited, we always stayed the entire time at her house. Archer and I slept in the same room, him in a single bed beside mine. It was a rule that someone had to be up in the morning before he could get out of bed. And in the morning, sometimes a bit too early for my liking, his head would spring up out of the bed and he'd say, "Grandma, I think Bubba's up." Great-grandma, affectionately known as Bubba, made his porridge every morning. And not long after breakfast, it was a game of Sorry or Crazy Eights, Old Maid, Connect Four, Hola, Battleship Sequence. He just loved playing games. Uncle Stan and Uncle Ryan played chess with Archer. They played soccer. And of course, what would be summer without, or what would summer be without water guns? And thanks to Uncle Stephen for sharing your love of planes. Flying his new drone that he purchased with his birthday money was his new favorite activity. The attack of the drone videos were a source of laughter for me and him. We thoroughly enjoyed camping, fishing, exploring bugs and the natural world. His time spent with Poppy was cherished, and during a recent weekend visit, Archer suggested that Poppy's phone needed an upgrade because it was too old. His visits at Cousin Corey and Amanda's cottage with Aunt Diane and Bob, his haircuts with Cousin Melissa, and the gatherings of extended family were all times that he truly enjoyed. He felt the love. Now it's a different way of thinking. We now must be thankful for the 9.5 years that we did have with Archer. Bubba said he made her home a happy place. That really sums it up. He would have loved being here today, and he would have enjoyed all of you. From the bottom of my heart, my broken heart, thank you.
Are there other family members that might like to share a memory or? No? Okay. Give me a little wave if you choose to a little bit later. We're pretty flexible this afternoon. So I think at this point, I'd like to invite Cynthia Hall, Miranda Lexmond, and Becky Bedford to come and share some words on behalf of the R. Tate McKenzie Public School staff.
Good afternoon. My name is Miranda Lexman, and I'm here joined by Becky Bedford and Cynthia Hall, and we are here on behalf of the Arte communities to share just how deeply Archer touched all of our lives. I had the privilege of teaching Archer this past year, and I'd like to begin by sharing a few words about our journey together. Archer was a passionate, strong-willed child who always kept me guessing about what would come next. He often arrived at school with an exciting story, something about the night before, plans for the evening ahead, or with a little treasure in hand, usually a gem. He was incredibly bright and often had already moved on to the next idea while the rest of us were still at square one. Archer was quick with answers and ideas and never hesitated to challenge others if they didn't see things quite the way he did. And I will admit, I was on the receiving end of a few of those challenges throughout the year, and I always enjoyed following the winding path of his thinking as he explained his reasoning. What an amazing mind he had. I tell my students to prepare and practice their speeches. I promise I did prepare. Archer was a deeply reflective child. If things weren't going his way, he just needed a little time to consider others' perspectives. Then, with an earth-shattering sigh and a resigned, "Fine," he would work to make things right. He was caring, giving, and helpful. We were lucky to have him as part of our Arte community. Sarah and Nathan, you said you didn't want him to be forgotten. Please believe me when I say there's no chance of that. Archer will forever hold a special place in all of our hearts.
My name is Cynthia Hull, and I have the honor of sharing some words on behalf of three of Archer's teachers, Madame Legge, Madame Durant, and Madame Larkin, who each had the privilege of teaching him and who all hold him very dearly in their hearts. While not all of them could be here today in person, their thoughts, love, and memories are very much present. Madame Legge first met Archer in September of 2022 when he joined her grade 1 class. From the very beginning, he was full of energy, curiosity, and lots of personality. He kept her on her toes in the best way possible. Archer always had a story to share, whether it was something that had happened at home or a fascinating fact he had learned, or just an imaginative tale from his own mind. His knowledge and insight often amazed her. Archer could always be counted on. Madame Legge had the privilege of teaching him again in grade 2, which she fondly calls round 2, and believes she learned as much from him as she did. She believes she learned as much from him as he did from her. Madame Durant had the pleasure of teaching Archer this past fall in the grade 2-3 French class. From the very first day of school, she saw how strong and passionate he was as a learner. He loved to participate in class discussions and was always eager to share his thoughts and ideas. One of Archer's greatest loves, as we all know, was soccer. He played with joy, determination, and endless energy. He was the kind of teammate everyone wanted, committed, enthusiastic, and fun to be around. Madame Durant also remembers how much Archer loved working with technology. When the class began PowerPoint projects, he was quick to dive in, mastering the skills right away, and then turning around to help others with theirs, whether they wanted it or not. Madame Larkin had the joy of teaching Archer in both kindergarten and then again this year in music. She remembers how clear it was from the beginning that Archer had a deep, deep love for the outdoors, whether it was winter snow forts or spring puddle adventures. Words, goodbye, see you tomorrow. Today, Madame Larkin shares a final goodbye. She wants Archer to know he will always be in her heart. She will miss him dearly.
Archer was quirky in the most wonderful way. He had a spirit that didn't quite fit into the box or the mold, and thank goodness for that, because it was exactly that spark that made him unforgettable. He was smart beyond his years, and sometimes that meant he saw the world a little differently than those around him. Archer showed perseverance and grit when things didn't come easily, especially when it came to the complicated world of navigating friendships in elementary school. He wanted to be included, to be someone his classmates liked and wanted to spend time with. The smile and obvious pride reflected on his face when he was well received, like, hey, they get me. He was learning how to connect, to take turns in group work and recesses, how to listen and how to share ideas and opinions like many kids his age. He was stubborn, yes, but that stubbornness gave way to understanding. Those who knew him saw a boy with a kind heart, a unique sense of humor, and a thirst for knowledge. Though he may have sometimes felt on the outside looking in, the truth is, he belonged. He made progress, he made great friends, and he made lasting memories. His time with us was too short, but it was meaningful. He taught us patience. He taught us to look deeper, to listen more carefully, and to never give up on someone trying to find their place. May we always honor him by continuing to see that beauty in every child and by making room for the ones still figuring out where they fit in. I'll conclude with this. My last interaction with Archer was the afternoon of his passing. It was on the schoolyard with a soccer ball. From a distance, I had been observing two kids kicking the ball against the wall. The ball got past them and landed in a giant puddle. When I looked over again, there are now 3 children trying to retrieve the ball out of the puddle, Archer being the third. Ultimately, Archer snatched up the ball. He was holding it up in the air out of the reach of the 2 others, so I wandered over, knowing who had it first. As I was approaching, Archer had made the decision to give the ball back to his peers. I said to him, "Archer, please don't take the ball away from others." His response, "I'm sorry. I was helping them." I said, "Well, did they ask you to help?" And his iconic emphasized, "No." I reminded him, although you thought you were helping, make sure they ask you or you offer first. And again, his memorable response, "Okay." I later found out he did join that game. I can only imagine he just knew, and that the soccer balls were in short supply on the yard that day. Well, not anymore. They're everywhere here for you. And I hope you have one in every size and color where you found your resting place.
So before we go, I want to say this. Archer was an incredible kid. And so much of that was because of the amazing parents he had. Sarah and Nathan. This is hard. I know. Yeah, I'm not a public speaker. You nurtured his curious mind, encouraged his passions, and raised him to be respectful, thoughtful, and kind. It was something all of us admired. You were his fiercest advocates, his safe place, and without a doubt, his biggest cheerleaders. I'll never forget the day last week when I had to move your car, Nathan. Just so you know, it's a standard and I didn't stall it. And when I opened the back door and saw 2 folding chairs, I smiled. Because of course, those chairs told a story. Whether it was the sidelines of a soccer game, front row at a school play, or a meeting with teachers to check in on how Archer was doing, you and Sarah were always there, always cheering him on. Your love for him showed in everything you did. Please know that we will continue to share our memories of Archer with laughter, with tears, and with deep gratitude for the time we had with him. We were all so proud of him. He was one of a kind, and it was a true privilege for all of the Arte staff to have known him. To say that Archer will be missed is an absolute understatement. He has left an unforgettable mark on our lives and the entire Arte community. His joy, kindness, and passion will live on in our memories in the many lives that he touched. Thank you.
So soccer was certainly a bright light for Nathan. And we see it with the soccer balls on so many front steps around town. We see it here with the jerseys. We see it with his teammates who have come and spent some of this afternoon with us. And the next person who is going to come to speak is Stephen Lowe from the Almonte Soccer Club.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Almonte Soccer, I want to thank you guys all for coming to show your support for Archer and his loved ones. Soccer is a team sport. No one player can win a game alone. And this is something that Archer understood and was an example of on a daily basis. Passion was brought by Archer on the field in games and in practices. A face of cheer was always shown, no matter what element was against him in life, and most importantly, his love for the game of soccer. What many people didn't know is how Archer actually mentored his love for the game of soccer at our St. Mackenzie Public School. Archer was always involved in lunch hour or second recess soccer games, which were often intense, and the last goal would always win. Then in gym time, in Madame Durant's class, Archer would teach grade 2 kids how to kick the ball against the wall, how to improve their accuracy, how to persevere, and most importantly, if you kick the ball on top of the roof of the school, Madame Durant was not going to get it down for you. Archer was known to be a joker with his friends. To help them, his classmates and his teammates, he made the best snow forts. He made the world more passionate about the game of soccer, which he loved so dearly. Archer gave us a reason to play, to coach, and to love this wonderful sport. The Almonte Soccer Club is proud to be creating the Archer Lowe Award, which goes to the player who loves the game. And is a leader to their fellow teammates, on and off the field. He will also be immortalized in Almonte Soccer, as the team name Archers will forever be held in our ranks. The Almonte Soccer Club knows the lasting impacts that Archer gave to us all. And it was up to us to continue that passion, determination, and smiles like Archer gave to us. Thank you.
So the next on our afternoon is the Timbit toast. And Sarah and Nathan are going to share with us what this is all about. But I do want to say there's 15 friends and teammates who have offered to help with this. So if those students, friends, teammates can go over here where Nikki, there she is, she's waving. If you can go over, while Sarah and Nathan, you share with us what this is about.
As far as the time Archer could start eating, my dad would buy him donuts and Timbits from Tim Hortons. He would always look forward to either dad dropping him off when he was in town for work or when we would go visit their home. He would always hand out Timbits to everyone else before he took one for himself, because that's what he loved. He loved sharing. So this is our way of honoring Archer by passing out Timbits and each taking one in honor of him.
And you must take one.
Here come the Timbits. How many people have ever done a Timbit toast? Hands up if this is your first time doing a Timbit toast. Yeah, hands up if you think this is maybe something you're gonna do moving forward. I mean, Timbit toast, you know, yeah. So the kids are gonna come around. And they're off. Okay, so does everybody have a Timbit? Hands up if you've eaten your Timbit already. And you need a new Timbit. Hands up if you do need a Timbit. Oh, we've got a couple people. I need a Timbit. I can't do the toast without a Timbit. So hands up again if you don't have a Timbit. There's a couple people here, a couple people in the middle. We're almost there. Hard to hold a Timbit and not eat it, eh? Hands up again if you still don't have a Timbit. Maybe wave it. Help the kids. All right, we all have Timbits. Anyone have multiple Timbits? That's also okay. I just heard that from Sarah and Nathan. All right. I'll just give all the kids a second so they can get their Timbits too. There we go. You kids did a really great job. That's a lot of Timbits to hand out to a lot of people in a short amount of time. You did a really great job. You're gonna toast with me? Excellent. Do you have a Timbit in one hand? All right. So we're gonna say to Archer, put our arms up, okay? Are we ready? To Archer! To Archer! There we go. You don't have to. No. Excellent. Well, thank you. There's lots of Timbits if anyone wants to do a personal Timbit toast as well. Thank you again, kids, for being part of that. That was really special. And thank you, Nathan and Sarah, for sharing this with us. I've got a Timbit in my mouth, so just a second here. All right. So next, we're going to have some very special music from Jordan Holman, who is also known as Kentucky. Now, Jordan and Nathan and Sarah and Archer met at A Meal for All, which, if you aren't from the community, you may not know about it. And it's a weekly breakfast. We get together and enjoy each other's company. And it has grown and grown and grown over just a little over a year. It's been going, almost 2 years, I guess now. And this story I'm going to share with you is something we know of because of the coming together of community at A Meal for All. So Kentucky was a musician here in Almonte, wrote a song for Archer's mom and dad after hearing the tragic news. He then reached out to Sarah and shared with her that as a child, he had lost his best friend in front of his house in the same way that we had lost Archer. He's very thankful to be here today to play the song and thankful to be able to share in their pain with them. Here is their song, The Archer.
You two, the song's for you. Some people say that if a musician falls in love with you, you live forever because you get put into their songs. And I believe that Archer will live forever in this song. We had signs to slow us, rules of the road to show us how to keep you safe, keep you warm. We have rules at the school, life jackets at the pool. We have a list of things that we're supposed to do. Then you'd come walking in with your hair and that grin, and I'd throw it all out the window to see you never know. So out the door I watched you go, like a heart of my love, knowing you, loving you. May heaven find a place that captures every trace of the archer who shot right through my heart. Now the blue lights have gone away, the blue skies have turned to gray. The rain has come to cry with me today. Rain to clean the street, rain to comfort me, 'cause there was nothing I could do to love you more. I wish you'd come walking in with your hair and that grin, because I'd throw it all out the window to see you smile. And oh, you never know, but you gotta live. So out the door I watched you go, like an arrow through the heart. You pierced the best part of my love, knowing you, loving you. May heaven find a place that captures every trace of the archer who shot right through my heart. Like an arrow through the heart, you pierce the best part of my love, knowing you, loving you. May heaven find a place that captures every trace of the archer who shot right through my heart. Like an arrow through the heart, you pierce the best part of my love, knowing you, loving you. May heaven find a place that captures every trace of the archer who shot right through my heart. Of the archer who shot right through my heart. Of the archer who shot right through my heart. Of my archer who shot right through my heart. I love you guys.
I know a couple of you saw it, but just as Kentucky started into this song, there was a butterfly. Flew in, did a loop, and left. So at this point, I'd like to invite anybody who might like to share a story or a poem, or if you have some words you'd like to express, you're more than welcome to come up and do that. Many of you have already shared. You've spoken with Nathan and Sarah. There's also cards just at the entrance here, as I mentioned. If you'd rather write something, you're very welcome to do that as well. But we do want to make sure if there's anyone who wants to share, they're able to do that. There is something I'd like to say to Sarah and Nathan, and that's on behalf of the whole community, how sorry I am for this immense loss. There is a word when a child loses their parents. You're an orphan, but there is no word when a parent loses their child. And I think as a community, we can imagine what you might be feeling, but we don't know. But it is important to us that you know that we are here to support you. We aren't going to forget Archer, and he was important to all of us. And there's an Inuit proverb that I'd like to offer you. Perhaps they are not stars, but rather openings in heaven, where the love of our lost ones pours through and shines down upon us to let us know they're happy. So I'm not seeing anyone else who would like to come up. Sarah, Nathan, would you like to speak at this time? There's not any pressure to at all.
I don't really have many words because I think I got them all out at the funeral, but I just want to say thank you again to the community for all your generosity, your hugs, your just talking to us and knowing we're not alone. And to all the kids who have left us cards and pictures and everything at the memorial. We go there every couple days to collect all your stuff, and we put them all in binders so they're all protected. And yeah, we just want to say thank you all for coming today, trekking from all over the place just to be with us today to celebrate Archer. And this is heck of a party for him, and he would have loved it.
Well, just to close, I'd like to say, Sarah and Nathan, how grateful we are that you've given us this space and place so that as a community, we can also remember Archer, we can grieve with you. And I've said a number of times over the week, it's so important that the community is together at a time like this. So thank you for allowing us and permitting us this opportunity to do just that. So in a moment, we are going to have Jason Kane, who is a local piper. He is going to pipe the family out. There's a special butterfly release that is going to happen for the family outside. The rest of us, we're going to stay here. You're welcome to stay and write in the memorial book. There's lots of Timbit still, lots of treats and refreshments. But it asks that we stay here so the family can have that moment for the butterfly release. So I invite everyone to stand, and our piper is going to pipe the family out. Okay, there's a little mix-up. Now that you're standing, please come and give your comments, your love to Nathan and Sarah and the family. The is just momentarily delayed. That's going to happen just a little bit later. So thank you again for everyone for being here. I think the family is going to stay up front here and maybe get some snacks and whatnot. It's been a long day for everybody. But you are welcome to stay. You are welcome to share with the family. And I thank every single one of you for being here today. Thank you. We're good? All right. So I hope everyone has got a little bit of refreshment. The refreshments are going to stay for some time, so please don't rush away. There's lots of time to be together and to talk with the family and be together as a community. So the piper is now going to lead the family out for the butterfly release. You are welcome to watch it, but we'll leave this moment for the family. So if you can make way, the piper is about to begin, and the family is going to go out for the butterfly release.